Welcome to another top 10 video where today I'm focusing on gacha style mobile games, the best ones in class, some of the newest ones that you can play right now, as well as some of the ones that have been around for a while that you really want to dive back into or that are worth your time. So let's waste no time and dive into the top 10 gacha style mobile games you need to try right now. To start out today's list, we have AFK Journey. This is a role-playing game developed by Lilith Games. The game revolves around assembling a team of heroes to embark on a journey across various fantasy realms. You may kind of know this already from previous games with similar titles. The game features an idle gameplay style where players can progress through the game even when they're not actively playing. The game also includes elements of strategy and managing, as players must manage their resources, upgrade their heroes, and strategically deploy them into battle against the enemies that you encounter. Players can unlock new heroes, weapons, equipment by completing quests and participating in events that are regularly occurring inside of the game. This game, AFK Journey, has been compared to other mobile role-playing games such as Idle Heroes and, of course, yes, AFK Arena, but it stands out for its unique storytelling and its world building. It features rich, immersive fantasy worlds, each with unique challenges and different characters that you'll meet along the way. Players can interact with one another and really enjoy the game's online community, competing against them in battles and in events. The game's been well received by the community, with players praising its engaging gameplay, graphics, and frequent updates that keep the game fresh and exciting. Overall, AFK Journey is a highly recommended game by fans and by me in the idle RPG and fantasy adventure style world. Next, we have Granblue Fantasy, which is a free-to-play mobile and browser-based game, which is a role-playing game developed by Games. The story takes place in a vast and magical world where players take on a role of a young hero who sets out on an epic journey to discover their true destiny. Sounds like other types of games we've seen before, but that's cool. The gameplay features turn-based battles where players can deploy a team of characters with different abilities and strengths. Players can unlock new characters, weapons, and equipment by completing quests, participating in events, and summoning creatures known as ideals. The game also includes gacha mechanics, that's why it's on today's list, where players can spend in-game currency for real money to try and obtain rare and powerful characters, in case you didn't know what gacha actually was. Granblue Fantasy has been praised for engaging storyline, stunning visuals, and a rich world building, which is something that's really unique to this game as well. It's been compared to other mobile games such as Final Fantasy, Brave Exvius, and Fate Grand Order, but it stands out for its deep and complex gameplay mechanics. It's a strong and dedicated fan base with players all over the world enjoying the game's vast and immersive world, and I think that's the biggest takeaway here, is how big this game actually is. Overall, Granblue Fantasy is a must-play for fans of mobile RPGs looking for engagement and rewarding experience that is quite deep and in the gacha style of gameplay. Next, we have Zenonia Chrono Break, which is a mobile action role-playing game developed by Game Evil. It's the latest installment in the popular Zenonia series and features a mix of real-time combat, exploration, and RPG mechanics. Players take on the role of a hero tasked with saving the world from a mysterious force that threatens to destroy everything. It features a diverse cast of characters, each with their own unique abilities and playstyle. You can upgrade your characters, craft new items, battle against challenging enemies in a variety of environments, of course. Zenonia has actually been compared to other RPGs such as Diablo Immortal and Torchlight Mobile, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this one stands up to those pretty massive titles. I'll be keeping an eye out for that for sure, and you can as well. So clearly you're here because you like gacha style games. Let me know which ones are your favorites, either ones that you're excited to play or ones that you've been playing for years that you think are absolutely amazing. Let me know in the comment section below, because I'm going to be diving into those and possibly making a video on your suggestions. The list goes on, and next we have Wuthering Waves, which is a mobile role-playing game developed by Kuro Game. The game is set in a world of fantasy and magic and follows a story of a young adventurer, again, another young adventurer, who sets out to explore the dangerous and mysterious land of Arandia. The gameplay features a mix of real-time combat, exploration, RPG mechanics where players can upgrade their characters, unlock new skills and abilities, craft powerful weapons and equipment. It's very similar to this genre as a whole, what you get here. It also includes, though, a multiplayer mode where players can team up with others, battle against powerful bosses, and do other challenges as well. Wuthering Waves has been compared to other mobile RPGs like Genshin Impact and Honkai Impact III, but it stands out for its stunning graphics, as you can see, and immersive world building. It features rich, detailed world mechanics filled with diverse landscapes, characters, and creatures. Players can also interact with other players in the game's online community, trading items, competing against each other in PvP battles. It's really been well received by the community. A lot of players like this one, and I think the thing that I like the most about it are, 1, the graphics, which are incredible, 2, the diversity of characters you could play as, and 3, just the overall size and dynamics of the game. Angel Fantasia Idle RPG is a mobile game developed by One Game Plus, and this is an idle RPG, of course, which means it has gameplay style that requires minimal interaction from the player, allowing the game to be played in short bursts. That's why some people really do love these mobile style games, others don't. In Angel Fantasy Idle RPG, players collect and upgrade various heroes with unique abilities and use them to battle against a variety of enemies in different locations. Players can also participate in guilds and multiplayer events to earn rewards and progress faster into the game. This is similar to idle RPGs such as AFK Arena and Idle Heroes, but it stands out for being vibrant, colorful graphics. The focus is on angels, as the main characters are angels inside of the game. The game features a variety of game modes, challenging to keep players engaged, and frequent updates, adding new heroes, features, and events inside of the game. The community seems to like this one for its great graphics. It's more simplistic of a game than we've seen in some of the others on the list here today, but it's still a very good one, and some people are really into this more classic graphic style. Soulworker Urban Strategy is a mobile game developed by Moberix, and this one is a hybrid of an RPG and a strategy game where players take on a role of a commander and build a base, recruit characters, and engage in battles with other players. They can upgrade their characters' skills and equipment like many others in this genre, as well as their base facilities to improve the chances of winning in the battles that they encounter. This game has a nice mixture of both multiplayer and of single-player combat, and it could be compared to games like Game of War or other idle RPG-style games in the same genre. But of course, this one has its own gameplay, its own look, its own feel, and its own uniqueness. Summoner's War Chronicles. This is a mobile MMORPG developed by Come To Us, same company that created the popular game Summoner's War. This is a game that features a similar gameplay style, with players summoning and collecting a variety of monsters and heroes to use in battles against other players and other monsters. It also features an open world environment where players can explore and compete in quests to earn rewards, progress through the game. You can join a guild, participate in guild battles, and get even more rewards from doing that. It's similar to other MMORPGs like Lineage 2 Revolution or even maybe Black Desert Mobile, and stands out for its focus on summoning and collecting monsters. It has beautiful graphics. I really do like that about the game, and it has a deep and immersive world, which is also very, very nice in these style games. Ah yes, Honkai Star Rail. This is a game that I actually put out on the channel just a few weeks ago. If you missed that video, go check it out. It gives you a deeper look. But this is made by the same people that created Genshin Impact. This is a side-scrolling yet open-world game where players can control characters with unique abilities and fight against waves of enemies. It's another one of those turn-based RPGs, but with an open-world element to it as well. This is probably one of the best and to be most popular games on today's list as a whole. Features a variety of game modes, including story mode, which is quite rich, boss raids, and multiplayer mode where players can team up with friends to take on challenging missions. You can also, of course, upgrade your characters, abilities, skills, and all that to give you better chances of winning the battles. And this one is, it's similar to like it's hard to say. This is a mix of your Genshin style, obviously with graphics, with like a Raid Shadow Legends, because you then have the battle mechanic that is very similar there, but an open world where you can do a lot of exploring as well. So it's a very unique game in that sense, and I think that they were very keen on bringing something different to the scene that wasn't what everyone has already seen. And I think that right there alone, plus the graphics and the cyberpunk feel, is what really makes Honkai Star Rail stand out. Dislyte, you knew this one was going to be on the list here today, and this was made by a Korean game developer, 23rd. It's a combination of an RPG and action genre where players can control a team of characters and engage in battles against enemy teams. This is a card-style game with really stunning graphics as well. Players can collect and upgrade their characters and their cards to create a strong team with various skills and abilities to defeat their opponents. You know, how we typically do in these types of mobile games. Features a variety of game modes, including story mode, PvP, and boss raids, of course. And there's a lot of customization options to change characters, abilities, outlook, appearances, and all of that. It's similar to other games with a look of a Genshin Impact style world, but not quite. But like I said, this one does stand out because of its card style game as a whole. This one is already popular and does also have elements of a turn-based strategy game too, of course. It's been out for a while. This is one of the ones that's been out longer than some of the others on the list here today, and it's extremely popular. People love it, and of course the music inside of the game is stellar. This is really, at this point in time, a must-play. Higan Eruthyll is an action RPG game developed by another indie game studio, Dream Tree Games. It takes place in a fantasy world, again, filled with magic and glory and beauty, where players can take place as the role of a hero who must battle against various enemies and bosses. It features fast-paced combat, a wide range of weapons abilities that players can use to defeat their foes. Players can also explore the open world, interact with NPCs, and complete quests to progress through the story. It's a unique art style, enchanting soundtrack, and it's an immersive gameplay experience. It really is another beautiful game, and that's something we can say for a lot of the games here on the list. This game may have been compared to other games like Diablo or Dark Souls, but obviously this incorporates its own art style, fantasy style world, and unique gameplay mechanics. The combat system is challenging, but can be very satisfying once you pick this one up. And it's definitely worth your time. Definitely a different style game than others that we have seen. A beautiful game at that as well, and one that maybe you'll want to give a try. I hope you guys enjoyed today's list. If you did, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm coming out with lists of the best games for you to play every single day.